Hey guys, what's up? It's Carmela Maniac. Today we're going to be diving into a classic tune with a modern twist. We'll be comparing two very different versions of the iconic song Jolene, one by the legendary Dolly Parton and the other by the superstar Beyonce. So let's see how these two renditions stack up against each other. Hey guys, future video editing me here, just to add in a couple of things. Before I start, I want to preface this by stating that what follows is my personal opinion. I am in no way claiming to be an expert, and everyone is entitled to their own perspective, so whether or not you agree with my views is entirely up to you. I also want to say I'm not really going to be talking about lyrics in this video because I personally don't hear the lyrics when I listen to music, and I know that might piss a lot of people off, but that's just how I personally listen to music. First up, let's talk about Dolly Parton's original 1973 recording. This version has become a timeless classic.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
From the start, Dolly's arrangement features the guitar prominently on the right, while the rhythm and the bass are in the center. There's even an interesting noise on the left that sounds almost like an idling truck. About 20 seconds in, we hear another guitar join in on the left, with harmonies and a sliding guitar in the background. This layering adds depth and keeps the listener engaged throughout the song.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
What's really impressive is how Dolly's version builds up. Each chorus brings more intensity and complexity, creating a slow burn effect that builds to satisfying climaxes. The piano that joins around 1 minute 40 seconds provides a fresh variation and continues the thematic continuation of the guitar rhythms.
You could have your choice of men, but I could never love again.
Now let's shift gears to Beyonce's modern take on Jolene. Released years later, this version offers a contemporary twist on the classic.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
In Beyonce's rendition, the guitar is panned to the right and the rhythm to the left, and Beyonce herself is in the center. There's also an unusual harmonica sound that takes a center position, giving it a unique flavor.
Come between a family and a happy man.
The bass in Beyonce's version is quite modern, almost like an 808. This gives the track a fresh feel, but it contrasts with Dolly Parton's more traditional bass. Beyonce uses newer sounding, probably computer generated sounds, which in my opinion doesn't match the genre. Dolly Parton's instruments are probably real, recorded ones that sound so good with the style of the song. Dolly's stringed bass sounds so much better than the robotic 808 that Beyonce uses for this style of song. There are more distinctive percussive parts in Dolly Parton's Jolene, and the bass has an interesting pattern that accentuates the rhythm and melody of the guitars. Beyonce's bass falls on every beat without much variation, which can make it a bit boring and monotonous. However, it feels like the song's arrangement doesn't fully support her vocal prowess. Moments like the vocal run at 1 minute and 34 seconds could have been extraordinary with more instrumental backing.
Jolene, I know I'm a queen, Jolene.
Additionally, at 2 minutes and 13 seconds and 2 minutes and 29 seconds, there are opportunities for dynamic vocal lines that fizzle out due to the minimalistic arrangement. Throughout this whole song, I feel like there could have been so many more cool moments vocally, but the instruments just weren't supporting her. So I feel like a lot of the moments that could have been so cool lost all their potential, which is really sad. Because who would want to try and hold back Beyonce? In the end of the song, we see her use some harmonies, which I feel like finally gives her some release, and I feel like she's finally not holding back. These harmonies remind me of her older style, which is showcased in her song Crazy in Love, which, by the way, has the perfect momentum to keep up with her vocals. Crazy in Love has a faster tempo compared to her Jolene, but this is not to say that all of her songs have to be fast to keep up with her. Her songs Drunk in Love and her cover of I'd Rather Go Blind by Etta James are perfect examples of songs that Beyonce sings that are perfectly capable of keeping up with her. These songs allow her to let her vocal powers loose. Her song Drunk in Love has a simple beat yet it still has a groove, which she follows along nicely with. The song's lack of climaxes and the similarity between the choruses and verses might leave someone feeling underwhelmed. Beyonce's version is very monotonous. It doesn't have enough climaxes, and there is not much of a difference between the choruses and the verses, like Dolly's does, where there's a huge difference between the chorus and the verse each time, which makes it more interesting for a listener. I feel like this is just too slow. It doesn't have enough momentum. It doesn't go anywhere. It feels just kind of like a flat plateau, which I really feel doesn't support Beyonce in the way that she needs so that she can do her best vocally.
Could be rolling like tumbling weeds.
I think Beyonce is following a template here, which was laid out by Dolly Parton, and I think it's limiting her. The song would have been so much cooler if she had total creative freedom with her voice and with the song itself. So how do these two versions compare? Dolly Parton's original has a rich instrumental arrangement, a dynamic buildup, a clear differences between the choruses and verses. It's a classic for a reason, and I myself am a big fan of the classic.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Beyonce's version, on the other hand, brings a modern twist with contemporary sounds and impressive vocal talent. However, it may not fully capture the essence of the original due to its more restrained arrangement. Beyonce typically doesn't do country-esque songs, but who can blame her for trying to change genres to try and bring more listeners? She definitely got a lot of people talking about her for a while. I also just want to say, while I'm editing this video, I'm looking at these waveforms of both of these songs, and the waveform for Beyonce's Jolene, you can see is just a block of noise. There's no peaks, nothing at all. It's so undynamic and just loud and all crushed together. Compared to Dolly Parton's waveform, it's got a lot more peaks, it's more varied, just showing how dynamic the song really is and how much quieter it is as well. I had to turn down Beyonce's song a lot so that it didn't distort everything.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Both renditions are good in my eyes, but Dolly Parton's version maintains the timeless charm and dynamic complexity of the song. Beyonce's version offers a fresh take, a modern perspective that may appeal to the new generation of listeners, but for me personally, it's not my favorite. For a song to be exciting, there has to be clear differences between choruses and verses for variation, and there has to be balance between calm moments and loud and exciting moments. Dolly Parton's Jolene does this balance perfectly, in my eyes. I don't think one is better in particular, but I do think that Beyonce should have let Dolly's highly revered original alone. So let me ask you this, what do you think? Do you prefer the classic charm of Dolly Parton's Jolene, or do you lean towards Beyonce's contemporary spin? Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and feel free to start an argument in the comments about all my opinions because I would love to see what everyone thinks. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.